Hey everyone, welcome back to Mini Bike Mike's Garage. Well, most of you probably remember that back last fall, October of 2023, I hosted a mini bike ride and we did 90 miles. We went 45 miles out to a destination, had some lunch, rode 45 miles back. I think there were like, 18 or 19 bikes on that. Some of you subscribers that came and joined, and we had a tremendous time. And we had such a good time that when we got back at the end of that day, we were, kind of reminiscing and laughing and so forth. And somebody said, hey, you know what? We ought to do that again in the spring. And we all were like, yeah, you know what? We should do that again in the spring. Well, it's March 2nd, so that means spring is right around the corner here in Indiana. And I've started putting the wheels in motion to actually schedule another one. Now, it's a little bit short notice, and I apologize about that. But I tell you what, the hardest part when you want to do something like this is trying to find a date that is suitable for everybody, and that's just impossible to do. So anyway, what I'm getting at is April 27th, Saturday, April 27th, I'm hosting another mini bike ride here in Martinsville, Indiana, where I'm from. And I'm putting this out there for any of you guys that want to come and join and ride along with us. Now, if you saw the videos and things from the last ride, that was fairly successful, so I'm going to try and copy a lot of the things that we did last year. We actually had a bike night the night before, so we're going to do that again this year. So Friday night, April 26th, I'll have a bike night here at my shop, and it'll be open to anybody that wants to come, that's local or whatever, or if you're coming from out of town, and you don't want to sit in a hotel room or whatever, come over to the shop. We'll get some pizza, maybe take the bikes out for a ride, those sorts of things. So if you are coming from out of town, just kind of heads up for you guys, we have 2 or 3 hotels that literally are within a couple minutes of the shop. I think a few guys took advantage of those last year. We have Airbnbs, VRBOs, and all those letters or whatever you call those things. I know we've got a bunch of those in this area. If you're pulling a camper or driving an RV, we've got Harvest Host and some state parks that aren't too far away. So there's if you want to come in early, I can try and make that happen, help you make that happen. Reach out to me at ct70help@gmail.com. That's my email. I'll put a link to this in the description. Send me an email, and like I said, I'll try and get you information on where you can stay. So like I said, so we'll have a bike night Friday night, and then Saturday, April 27th, probably around 10:30 in the morning, we'll kickstands up and we'll take off. We're going to do around 104 miles on this trip, a little bit different destination. It's like 52 miles out, 52 miles back. We'll do different routes so we see some different scenery coming and going. When we get down there, we'll spend, 45 minutes to an hour. Again, maybe we'll have a little bit of stuff for some lunch, or you can pack a lunch, whatever you want to do. We'll check out the sites and then we'll ride back and then call it a day. But last year that seemed to work out really, really well. We got kind of, mid-afternoon on Saturday. We got done late afternoon, something like that. So what are we riding? Same as last year. It's going to be kind of a small bore event. Most of us will be on, let's say, Honda-based type frame bikes, and then they'll probably have aftermarket 125cc engines. We had some Ice Bear Champions, 125s, the CT70 clones. We had CT110s last year, SL70s, Suzuki RV90 clone. We had all, there's videos on if you want to look it up, but we had a great time. You can bring whatever bike you want. I'm not going to be super picky about that. Just know that the majority of us are going to be on small bikes. The trip to get down there and back, most of the roads are going to be 40 to 45 mile an hour. So we don't need to have a, super bike that goes, 100 mile an hour. If you can do 50, 55, that's awesome. I guess the one thing I do ask on whatever bike you bring is that it can do it a minimum 40 to 45. 45 would be better if you can keep up. If you can do 45 and sustain that, then I know that you're not going to have any problem staying up with the pack, okay? Which is kind of important. This isn't a race. It's not the first one down there, first one back. We're going to ride as a group. The whole idea behind this is the camaraderie of being, a family, a group. I'm inviting you guys to come join me. I want to get to know you. And so I'd kind of like us all to kind of stay together and do those sorts of things. And to have somebody who can, don't bring a bike that will only top out at 30 mile an hour, because then you're going to hold us back and those sorts of things. So anyway, enough of that. I'll have a chase vehicle, a support vehicle that will follow us just like last year in case anybody breaks down. We did not have any breakdowns last year, but just in case something does happen, we'll have plenty of tools and fuel and all those sorts of things. I actually will probably throw a spare bike in the bed of the truck, just like I did last year, in case someone breaks down and it's bad enough, that we can't get it up and going again on the road. We'll just throw your bike in the truck and you can ride one of ours to finish out the trip. So we'll have that. Last year, my wife drove her SUV and followed the group and so forth, and she carried a couple wives with her or significant others. If you've got one of those and she or he or whatever would like to come but doesn't ride and wants to ride along and be part of the whole weekend thing, feel free to bring them, and hopefully either they can ride with my wife, or if they want to follow along, that's fine too. So yeah, I guess, if you have any questions about anything, hit me up with an email. Like I said, the link will be in the description of the video. Where we're headed is a place called the Tulip Trestle. It is a railroad overpass, bridge, I guess. I don't really know what to call it. Look it up. I'll put a link to the trestle in the description of the video also. Built in the early 1900s, it basically is a bridge that gaps a valley in southwest Indiana. I want to say it's 160 feet high and 2,200 or 2,300 feet long. It's pretty impressive, actually. Whether we see a train go across it or not, I don't really know. They don't advertise. They don't allow anybody up on the trestle, and they don't advertise what time the train goes through. So they don't have flocks of people and those sorts of things. But anyway, it's got a pretty substantial observation spot. So we'll ride down there, stop there, have lunch, let you guys check out the sights, refresh and relax a little bit, and then we'll ride back. So then that's pretty much what we got planned. I can't think of anything else. If you have any questions, again, hit me up. If you're thinking about coming and you want information about where we're located and those sorts of things, again, everything through the email. That way I've got some kind of written account of who I spoke to and so forth, and can keep track of all that. But anyway, guys, thanks for following along. Hopefully I'll see you on April 27th. If not, we'll probably actually have another ride in the fall again. These seem to be pretty enjoyable, but hopefully I'll see you on April 27th. Thanks.